Can you imagine what it'd be like sitting down with a great person from history and just having a meal with them? I'm Jonathan Watt with Atarah Group International, and we're doing a series here on sitting down with some famous people. Today we're visiting, so to speak, with Abraham, the great Jewish patriarch, and a story that's told about him in the 18th chapter of Genesis. One day Abraham is sitting by the doorway of his tent. Probably a hot day like it is in the very, very hot climate I'm in right now, very close to the equator. And he is sitting in a way that he is shaded out of the sun, which would have been brutal, but able to see the vista around him and get a sense of what's going on and who might be approaching. And on this particular day, Abraham is approached by three men that he doesn't know. And he welcomes them, and the details of the story are rich and vivid. One of the things he does is he runs to greet them. He is able to help, and he's putting himself in the posture of a servant, showing himself as a welcome and embracing host to these people coming his way. And as he does that, he then prepares a meal for them, greets them with a great amount of respect, saying to them things like, "Come in, my Lord," showing them an honor with those kind of high terms, referring to himself as your servant, using a low derogatory term for himself, and then calling on his assistants to prepare a meal where he says, come and have a little bit to drink and a little bit to eat, playing down the meal, and yet in fact preparing what the Bible describes as something like 6 gallons of flour, plus a freshly killed and cooked stock animal, probably had some flatbread along with it, maybe some yogurt kind of food, maybe vegetables as well, and just entertaining and welcoming them and making his place available to them. It's a delightful story, and when all is said and done and the people leave, it says he is left standing before the Lord. A very interesting phrase, where he's going to receive some information about what's going to happen on this child that he and his wife Sarah have been waiting on for so long. They both laugh, each in a somewhat different way. Abraham out of delight that this much awaited child is going to come, her perhaps out of a little bit of disbelief, and so when the child is born they name him Yitzchak, which is Isaac. It means, of course, he laughs, a very fitting name out of the circumstances of what they discovered, in particular over that meal with these 3 angelic strangers that had come to visit him that day. You know, when we sit down for a meal with someone, we're opening ourselves to them. We're making perhaps our home or our arrangements available ourselves personally to them, opening ourselves up for a friendship that either is just starting out or maybe deepening. We make ourselves a little bit vulnerable around the meal. We're enjoying something good, but we're also extending our humanness to them. That's the kind of thing that goes on in biblical meals. We have a series ahead of us on meals with famous people from the past in the Bible. Hope you'll enjoy those with us in our new series from Atarah Group International. Welcome.